guys, welcome back and welcome to Mo's Life in a Bag, and welcome back to a brand new video. If you are new here to my channel, go ahead and press that subscribe button, click the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I post a brand new video. If you are already a part of the crew, thank you so much for returning. Y'all know, y'all already know what's up. If you haven't subscribed yet, I believe that after today's video, you are gonna want to subscribe for more content from your girl here on Mo's Life in a Bag. As you guys can tell down below in the title and the thumbnail, I come today bearing great news. My airline has officially opened up applications for the trainee flight attendant position. This is super exciting because I am always getting questions about how do I apply? Are you guys hiring? How does it work? What are the requirements? Today is the day that I am going to answer all of you guys' questions, and I'm going to explain the hiring process, filling out the application. I'm going to be giving you guys everything you need to know if you are interested in applying to become a flight attendant. Stay tuned for the rest of this video. Watch this video to the very end. I'm going to be giving you guys everything you need to know to make sure that your application gets approved and accepted. Without further ado, let's get into the video. As you guys know, I vlogged all 6 weeks of my flight attendant training. You guys, it was the coolest experience, and I know it is probably even cooler and way more interesting to watch. So you guys, go check out my flight attendant training week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, and training is not something that I'm gonna be able to vlog again. So be sure to go check out my videos from training first and then go ahead and come back to this one. First thing first is applications are open right now. I'm not sure how long they're going to be open, but I do know that there is a certain time frame that they're going to be open and then they're going to close the applications. So if you are interested, I will go ahead like ASAP and go ahead and apply sooner than later, because you never know when they're going to close the applications up. Once you fill out your application, you are then going to be required to fill out an assessment. The assessment is going to be a series of questions that don't necessarily have a right answer or a wrong answer. For example, have you ever before been on a job where you had to deal with conflict? Talk about a situation when you had to be a leader. There is no right or wrong answer. I would say answer the questions truthfully. Don't think that when you get to the assessment, don't think too hard about the questions. Just answer them truthfully. When I did my assessment, I literally answered the questions truthfully. One question that I always get: how long is it gonna take before I hear back? How many months is, how long? Is it weeks? Is it days? Is it months? Everybody's experience with applying for this position is different. I'm going to give you guys my answer based off my personal experience. I filled out the application and I submitted the assessment. I want to say maybe 2 weeks went by before I heard something back. So that is my experience. Something that is very important that you guys need to pay attention to is checking your junk mail. When I applied to be a flight attendant, I actually had applied for a different company other than the company that I am currently employed with. They actually had emailed me back and told me everything got approved, the application got approved. I had no idea that they had even gotten back to me because the email was sitting in my junk mail. By the time I checked my junk mail, it was too late. I ended up not being able to go with that company. And so, everything happens for a reason. And so that is why I'm currently employed with the company that I fly for now. Once you submit the application and you do the assessment, don't just completely forget about it. Don't obsess. Like, I'm not saying you have to check your email 3 and 4 times a day every day, but I would definitely be checking it once a week at least, and checking that inbox and checking that junk mail to make sure that nothing slipped through the crack. Check your junk mail. For me, about 2 weeks went by after I had filled out my assessment. I had heard back. My application had got approved. My assessment was also approved. I got to move on to the next round, your video interview. The video interview is going to consist of you being on your webcam, whether you're on your cell phone or your laptop. You are going to have a split screen. You're going to be on one side of the screen, and on this side of the screen is going to be questions that they are going to ask you. I feel like it was maybe like 5 or 6 questions that they asked for the video interview. You have completed your video interview. You have clicked submit. And there is no turning back now, y'all. This is where it starts to get very, very exciting. Another question I get obviously is, okay, so now how long is it before I hear back about the video interview? Like I said, y'all, this timeline is different for everybody. When the airlines start hiring, they are going through thousands and thousands and thousands of applicants. So the most important thing is to be patient. The company is then going to contact you either by phone or by email for your face-to-face interview. When I was going through the hiring process, I was contacted by phone. They said, congratulations, your video interview was accepted and we are now wanting to invite you for a face-to-face interview. We're gonna fly you out to Dallas, Fort Worth. Oh my God, I cannot believe I got a face-to-face interview. Like, oh my gosh. And literally, y'all, it's the most exciting thing. You have to have a valid passport, you guys. It cannot be expired. You have to have one. That's just mandatory. It's going to be required. So if you are interested in applying and you don't have a passport, I will go ahead and try my best to get one as fast as you can, because they're going to need your passport number, the expiration date, and all that. Well, they set up the date that my face-to-face interview was going to be on, provided me with all the information that I needed, my flight information, what I needed to wear, what time I needed to be there, directions on how to get to the place where the face-to-face interviews were going to be held. All of this was discussed over the phone, as well as they sent it in an email. They're gonna fly you out. All expenses paid for. You don't have to pay for anything. When I did my face-to-face interview, it was a group face-to-face interview, which I had no idea it was going to be set up like that. Maybe because I feel like at the time, I also was looking at YouTube videos of how this all works, because these YouTube videos are very important, y'all, because we've already been through it. So we're telling you how it's going to be. They are going to introduce some sort of icebreaker, y'all. I know a lot of people may not really like group activities and icebreakers and get to know me and let me get to know you, those types of things, but that's what they're gonna do. It's gonna be the group of the people that you sit with at your specific table, right? So that's what it's gonna be. It's not gonna be like the whole room. So once the icebreakers are done, you then go on to the actual interview. For me, our interview consisted of me and 6 other people in one room. We had trainers sitting in front of us. We had trainers sitting in front of us and a supervisor. So we're facing each other. They ask a question and we all have to answer the same question. So they either start from left to right with who goes first, or right to left with who goes first with answering, but you're all gonna answer the same question. Asked us maybe 3 or 4 questions that we all had to answer. Once they finished asking us the questions, they had us all go back in the same room that we were in when we did the icebreaker, right? They told us, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for interviewing. We appreciate your time. What we are going to do next is we're going to call out some names. If we call your name, we need you to leave the room. So I'm thinking, oh dear sweet baby Jesus, I guess the people who names they call it and they making them leave the room, these the people who didn't get the job. So I'm just like, Lord, Jesus. It's like 30 of us in the room. We sitting there and they begin to call people's names. The very first name they called, Monique Boyce. I literally was like, did I really not get the job? I did really good answering the questions in the interview. I passed the application. I passed the assessment. I'm all the way in Dallas. Please tell me that I did not just miss out on the opportunity to be a flight attendant. My name was the first name called out of like 30 something of us in this room. I walk out, everybody looking like, one of the trainers is walking with me. We're kind of walking down this hallway. He's like, you killed your interview. You got your conditional job offer. Congratulations. I said, this some American Idol type stuff, because I said, I cannot. I said, I just knew. I thought that the people whose names they were calling to step out of the room were the people who didn't get the job, and they were telling them that they could leave and go home. I actually was the first name to be called, and I got the freaking job, y'all. Well, didn't get the job yet, but when you go to your face-to-face interview, they give you a CJO, which is a conditional job offer, which is what I got. Okay, let's be clear on this. From that point, I would then get a phone call to set up when I would be attending training. Application, assessment, video interview, face-to-face interview, y'all. And 3 years later, here I am. Some people that day, their name didn't get called, right? What I have heard from other flight attendants who I know personally, some people, they don't give them their CJO on the spot. Weeks or months later, they hear back and then they get their CJO. You do have the option to decline the conditional job offer. If you choose to accept your conditional job offer, you are then accepting to go to 6 weeks of unpaid training to earn your wings, which is what I have here. I wear them proud. I love wearing my wings, y'all, and I'm very proud of my wings. Once you accept your CJO, you off to training. Training is 6 weeks. It is held in Dallas, Texas for my particular company. So if you are interested more about the training, go back and watch those videos. I really just wanted this video to be basically what you need to know in order to get hired, answer you guys' questions. With all of that being said, I didn't want to keep you guys long. I know that y'all are super duper excited about applications being open. This journey is amazing and it's cool and it's interesting, and honestly, you guys, flight attendants are just, we honestly are hidden gems. No other hiring process is like ours. We share this bond that we all have kind of went through this together and experienced the same thing, and I want you guys to experience this journey as well. If you guys have any other questions for me, please hit me up on my social media. I have all my social media linked down below in the description box, y'all. And I also have my email down below in the description box. You guys can always shoot me an email, and you may have questions that I didn't answer in today's video. I am always open to talking to you guys, connecting with you guys, and helping you guys out. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I hope that it was very helpful. Like this video, share this video with anyone that is interested in becoming a flight attendant. Comment down below. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.